Smykalov,
Yeah,
owner, broker, and of course, at the same time, luxury realtor of Wolsen Real Estate, Miami. Correct, Dennis? Should I say Miami Beach
yeah.
as well?
Miami Beach. I would say like South Florida.
South Florida, there you go. Such an impressive individual with an absolutely amazing story. It's such an honor to be speaking with you. Thank you very much for taking the time in general on this beautiful Friday, as you just put it. You being in the Florida Keys, what a fortunate place to be. What are you doing in the Florida Keys?
I'm enjoying my couple of days off because I have my birthday tomorrow.
Ah, happy
And
birthday, my
yeah,
friend.
thank you. And I escaped from Miami for a few days. Sometimes I go here to Key Largo, to Marathon, to different locations. I love this.
Yeah,
I
the
would say islands.
the Florida Keys are fantastic. I'm actually down in the Caribbean right now, so I feel
Oh,
your
really? Okay, nice.
I
Yeah,
feel your vibe. And before I forget to say it, Wolsen Real Estate,
yeah,
WOLSENREALESTATE.com. Dennis,
yeah.
again, your story is just absolutely fantastic. It's we work with so many, or I should let me preface that I've had the opportunity, the humble and grateful opportunity to work with many leading luxury realtors and brokers and owners such as yourself throughout the states, the Caribbean, etc. Yet there are few that have a really unique, amazing story, such as yourself. I mean, you came to America in 2006, 20 years old,
Mhm.
and you basically followed your heart and your dream and your passion, and look what you've done.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
You
I,
guess.
I but the thing is, I don't look at it. You mentioned a couple of times that I have a great story, but the thing is, the way I'm looking at it, I think it's not just my story. I think it's about this country, and about everything that's around me. Not just about me, about people, about my clients. I really
Right.
grateful for everything that life gives me. I think that's what I have to mention at first. It's not just me, and I'm so good that I have accomplished it, but I think it's everything in general.
Absolutely. Very well said. You're absolutely correct, especially in doing what you do, being a leading luxury broker and realtor. What was it that inspired you to? And then I'll dive right into the questions that Rain provided. What was it that inspired you to do it in my opinion, one of the most beautiful places in the United States of America? What inspired you about Miami and South Florida?
Whoa, there is why I said whoa, because sometimes I just like while I'm working during the day, sometimes I just stop in the busy days and I can wander around and look at the buildings, look at the birds, look at the everything that surrounds me because um, I'm like so happy at the place where I am, and I really enjoy that we have that, of course, great weather. I guess as you do have in Bahamas as well. It's a big city. It's a not big, of course, as the New Yorkers would say, but still, it's not a small city, and
Yeah,
I really enjoy to be. I'm not in Miami now, but I would say here or there. I really enjoy to be in Miami and to keep on working and to keep on achieve more. I would say goals, right, and to grow because I think like it's just my opinion, right. uh, More I accomplish, more I grow, more I'm educated, I meet more interesting people. So all of that together inspires me to keep on doing it because I really enjoy what I do. I not just enjoy, I love it. I started in 2012, 10 years ago, and I thanks God, universe.
the universe.
It's like,
Exactly. I love that you
yeah,
said that. I love that you
I
said that.
usually I put the way universe, but everybody has their own
Yeah. No, I say the universe as well.
way.
I love that you said
Okay.
that. Yeah. No,
Okay. Yeah.
it's on my daily list of things. Is remind yourself
Uh-huh.
to be humble and grateful and thank the universe.
Same thing. So I really enjoy. of having all of that, right? And I'm grateful to universe, right, and to everything that's around me.
And so, Dennis, what? Okay, so we look at luxury real estate in general. We drill down. We look at the top luxury real estate markets currently in the United States. Obviously, many luxury markets over the past, we can say 2.5 years now, for the sake of conversation, since March, April of 2020. Many luxury markets have been on fire, whether it's Los Angeles, Aspen, Miami Beach, South Florida, etc. That being said, obviously we are seeing a slight change, and I think it's really beautiful and amazing to watch. And that then you see the real shining stars come out, and those that will maintain and hold, and potentially even go higher, and really what are the right words? I mean, really set a new precedent for prices and really the overall precedence for luxury real estate. And of course, one of those at the very top, obviously, which has some of the highest prices, if not the highest luxury prices in the United States, is Miami and Miami Beach. So what a fantastic place for you to be. And I could go into the reasons, but it's better to have you discuss them. In your opinion, what are a few of the reasons that Miami is one of those few markets? And again, it is a few markets now, because a number of them are starting to, they're normalizing out. Even Aspen, I saw a report out of Aspen yesterday that Aspen's normalizing. Miami's not normalizing. I don't think Miami, in my opinion, I don't think it will normalize again. Why do you think that is?
Of course, the weather, the main right thing why everybody's moving to Miami. One is the weather. Second, we don't have state taxes. It's an important part for people who's moving their companies, because I've met many clients, let's put it that way, clients/friends that moved to South Florida, and they came just to see during the last 2 years to see what's happening, right? And then they moved their offices, they moved their businesses, because it's no brainer for them. They came here, they like everything, and then if they move their business, they save money. Let's put it that way, right?
Right.
So, and it's a win-win situation, and that's why a lot of people keep moving it. Especially, like, for example, I just one of I don't know, many conversation. I met one gentleman, and he told me that their friends moved to South Florida. It's been like a year ago or something, and moved to South Florida. And then two of those friends also moved to South Florida. They came to see like how they live and everything. And then after like few months, they also moved their businesses, because it's also about relationship, right? If you have your friends, your like co-workers or some business partners moving to area, you want to move there too, because you have people to go to dinners, right? To talk about business and all of that. So I think it's also the one of the main points. And in general, it's a way of life. I also would add that, because it's not just about making money 24/7 for a lot of people here. Of course, it's it's one of the great parts of our lives that we can I would say work in a good environment and be more productive and make more money. But the thing is, a lot of people who move into Miami, they see, look, I can also enjoy my life. I don't have to work like 12, or I'm not saying like for everybody, but in general, me as a self-employed entrepreneur, right? As everybody else, I would say we work a lot, right? Depends on the stages of our business, but we do work a lot. Even if I'm reading books, sitting at home, right? It's still kind of working, if we can put it that way. So,
Right.
and that's what a lot of people I see really enjoy about Miami. The way of life. They can stop, for example, during the day. Like lately, I can tell you some of my deals I've done. I went wake surfing with one of my clients. After
Very
that,
nice.
he purchased.
Was it your first?
Yeah,
Was
after
it your
that, he
first time?
purchased. No, I did wake surf a couple of times before, but then we went on a wake surfing, and then actually we did wake surfing after that. with him again. And while we were doing wake surfing, I found out our offer for his property for 19 million was accepted. So it's also kind of a good way of doing business.
That's
And a
that.
few days ago,
That's a great wake surfing story.
it's kind of and also I want to put it in the right way. It's not just we wake surfing, like fishing and enjoying mojitos on the beach. It's not like we do it all the time, because we also have to do other parts of the business, to do showings and to manage your team and etc. But as I said, those things that we do, like fishing. I think it was this week. Yeah, on Tuesday I went fishing with my other client as well. I did showings for him last week, and then this week he said, "Okay, let's go on the fishing." I said, "Okay, let's go." I'm not too much of a fisherman, but
It's the
while
experience,
we
though,
were
right?
fishing,
It's the
yeah,
experience.
it's experience, and while we do it, I can have a conversation with him and get to know him better, not in a more in a what do you call it, not in a formal way.
In your opinion, thank you for all of that, and you're very well spoken, by the way. Thank you. What is, in your opinion, when you right now in this current moment look at, as you put it, South Florida, and if you want to get more specific,
Mm.
i.e., Miami, Miami Beach, etc., what are the most intriguing properties and or specific geographies within quote unquote South Florida that you see as are the greatest opportunities for those that are looking to buy some of the most fantastic luxury properties, including some of those that are your current listings, which are absolutely mind blowing.
I would say it depends on the request. If someone is looking waterfront house, or if someone is looking new development, or like a condo, right? If we're talking about new development condos, one of those is the St. Regis in the Sunny Isles Beach. It's a great property. I've done a couple of deals there so far, and it's going to be on a big lot, huge lot, 2 towers, few restaurants. I think it's 3 restaurants, 70,000 square feet of amenities. They're gonna have double pools. What I mean by that, in the Sunny Isles, there is some of the buildings they do have a pools only on the sunrise side of the building, and around like 2 3 p.m. you don't have that much sun on that side.
Right.
But they're gonna have also pool on other side of the building, where you can enjoy sun after like 12 or 1 p.m. And of course, the brand always helps a lot. And there will be no hotel component. Is also best part.
Oh, that's
Because sometimes
fantastic.
when you have those buildings with a hotel, it's not really I would say good for the building, even if it's separate. Like one from another, but still you have a guest of the hotel, not everybody like
Yeah, no,
want to enjoy
it changes the dynamic.
privacy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. But if we're talking about new development, I would say that's one of those. If something that already established, built, Four Seasons is good on the surf side. Aqualina Estates, Aqualina, it's almost finished. In the Sunny Isles is also good. Depends on the request. Waterfront houses, there is, um, I would say, also on the person, because we're all different. Some people they prefer Golden Beach. It's more quiet place. It's kind of hidden on the
Yeah,
north
it's almost like a little
part of
it's
the
almost
Miami
like a
Beach.
little secret.
Yeah, yeah. Some people they do like. I was there like a couple of days ago. Some people they do prefer Venetian Islands or Sunset Islands. They are close to airport, in a walking distance to Sunset Harbor, where you can get your coffee or breakfast or lunch at the Pura Vida. So it depends. It depends on the request. But all those locations are really good.
What is your favorite part of?
My
I always forget to ask this question when I'm speaking to
Yeah.
amazing realtors and brokers such as yourself. What's your favorite part of Miami and Miami Beach?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you where I used to live. Okay. When I moved to Miami in 2006, no, it was 2007, I used to live in Winston Towers, Sunny Isles Beach. It's a building right across from the ocean. 30 years old, maybe 40 years old, building back then. Then I used to live in Aventura, in a Hallandale.
Mm-hmm.
2 times I used to live in the Miami Beach, on 26th Street and on the 10th and Jefferson. I used to live in the North Bay Village. I used to live in Edgewater, in the Midtown. I used to live in Quantum on the 19 and Biscayne.
You've moved more than I have.
So I'm very familiar with the city, and I can tell you, Miami is so different. It depends what people looking for, right? But the person, it was always, it was. I would say, I would never complain about location where I used to. It wasn't like that, I moved and then oh, yeah, I don't like it. It's horrible, something like that. No, never. I really enjoyed all of those locations, but I would say it depends on the, like for example, if I choose house, right, I would live something in Miami Beach. It would be Venetian Islands or Sunset Islands or somewhere close to the golf course, because it's not far from actual Miami Beach, from Sunset Harbor, from all those nice spots, from South of Fifth or West Avenue. I like all those locations, small pockets of Miami Beach. If I would choose condo, then I would go maybe South of Fifth. It's also
I love South of Fifth.
Sunset Harbor. Yeah, or Sunset Harbor. All those locations, they're really good. I like them.
Yeah, I lived on Collins Avenue twice. In 2016 and then in 2020, and I was so looking forward to speaking to you about this because I love Miami. I love Miami Beach, and you're absolutely, obviously, you don't need me to tell you this, but correct with, and that's what's so amazing about a spectacular, dynamic city or market, if you will, such as South Florida or Miami, is you can find so many different types of lifestyles within it. So many types of different luxury lifestyles within it. Whether, you touched upon Golden Beach, that's one type of beach lifestyle. You can live down on Collins Avenue at, a number, whether it's south of Fifth, as you just touched upon, Denis, or whatever it might be. I mean, you can really achieve, in my opinion, in, having lived from coast to coast and then in, many luxurious markets, I think Miami Beach really is the epitome of the greatest lifestyle one can achieve in the United States of America.
I agree with you 100%. And what I would add, you just need to know neighborhoods, because a lot of people, they are moving to Miami with their, I would say, own vision or with knowledge from their friends. For example, I do have a friend of mine, he's a client of mine as well. He lives at the Armani building, and it's in the Sunny Isles Beach.
Right.
And he heard about Miami Beach, I would say not a good things, right? He heard it's a lot of tourists, a lot of criminal stuff, and blah blah blah. So I took him for a ride. It was a few days ago. Also, I took him for a ride, and I drove him from Sunny Isles Beach. We stopped by Bell Harbor Village, and then we went to North Bay Road. Then we saw Lagos Island, then Venetian Islands, and he said, "Okay, I'm, I gotta buy a house here." That's what he said, because it's like when you don't know that much about something, you cannot judge it just by someone else's experience or your own experience when you was there, like maybe once or twice somewhere on the Ocean Drive.
That's absolutely correct, Denis. That's a very smart and intelligent comment to make. So thank you for making it. That's absolutely correct, because you can move to, you can have your, you can watch a movie for the sake of conversation and see something in a clip. And so I'm moving to that part of Miami or LA, whatever it might be. But if you don't go experience it and check it out for yourself, and then realize that, and that just comes back to the power of our minds and realizing that we need to experience something and before we can make a decision on it. And one of the most important experiences we can make, in my opinion, with respect to buying luxury real estate in the United States of America right now, if not the world to a certain extent, but especially in the United States of America, is unless you know, I already said it, but I'll say it again, is living in Miami Beach, South Florida, is simply one of the most advantageous, beautiful, spectacular, life-changing opportunities that anyone can make at this period in time. And thus, circling back to the question I asked you, that's why it was a loaded question, but that's obviously why Miami Beach and Miami continues to be at the top of the list. And yeah, it's
And
just
the people are still moving.
no, people are going to keep moving.
Yeah.
They're going to keep moving. Now
Yeah.
they're going to get a little more scrupulous now with respect to where they're looking and whatnot, because markets are getting saturated. But I think Miami, my opinion, I think Miami and Miami Beach is going to continue to accelerate upwards. And on that note, I think this is and I'll let you get going because again I know you're so busy, and I've almost already because we've had such a.
I want to add also something. When you finish, I will add something on about the people still moving. I just want to add something.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add
Can
it. No, you can. No, you can add it now. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you one more question, really quick. That Rain passed along. That she wanted me to ask you with respect to, and this is, I mean, this is happening internationally. That being said, it's happening more significantly in certain markets, such as South Florida, Miami Beach. Customers are paying now with crypto. What are some of the benefits? She wanted me to ask you that.
Look, since I'm originally from Russia, right?
Right.
And right now, everybody knows there's what's happening on the side of the world, and a lot of people they pretty much cannot access their capital, right? And those are entrepreneurs that've been working hard for their money, right? And I think the same thing happened in Argentina some time ago. I'm not too familiar with their history, but I've met a couple of people. They told me that they had the same thing.
No, that you're absolutely correct. That did happen. You're absolutely correct.
It happened. Okay, so pretty much you couldn't access your capital, but with the crypto, when you hold money in crypto, nobody cannot really you don't have central bank that cannot just freeze it, and you cannot access it. Oh. So it's one of the things when you can have your money in crypto and you can use it whenever you need it. I have right now I have my friends, clients from Ukraine, good friend of mine. So I know that for 4 or 5 years maybe. They also come in here to Miami, and they are paying with the crypto. They planning to buy a couple of condos at the Cipriani building, and they're gonna pay with the crypto because they also have restrictions on the money taken out of country, and it really helps in those type of situations.
And with crypto, I didn't know that you have no restrictions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's one of the things that really helps.
Yeah, that's incredible. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to add on a couple of notes. One that
by all means, we have as much time as you'd like, my friend.
Thanks. Regarding the Miami Beach, that people have their kind of vision of it until they kind of experience that in the fullest. I can tell you, there is a lot of stereotypes about things, right? Me personally, I'm Russian. But I've heard so many times, one of my friends, Anthony, he's been telling me a lot. He works at Aston Martin project, and he
beautiful
tells
project.
Me a lot. Yeah, it is, and he tells me a lot. Look, Denis, you're not like a regular, let's put it that Russian, because I don't drink vodka. Not everybody Russians drink vodka. Right. And the other thing, I'm always like kind of smiling. I'm not like a cold person, And what I would say, there is a stereotypes about things, and we have that phrase in Russian language. I don't know if there's, I guess in English the same probably phrase. Don't judge. Don't judge the. How to say that? By the cover.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the same thing here. A lot of people judge Miami Beach or Miami in general by something that they saw in movies or heard from their friends, but we need to experience with someone who knows that neighborhood or Miami in general.
That's absolutely correct.
And regarding people are still moving, there's one of the biggest businessmen from Chicago, Ken Griffin. He moved his company to Miami recently to Brickell. I think he's like in the top 3 in the Chicago by like company volume or something like that. Because there's a lot of I guess let's put it the criminals or something in the Chicago that he was not happy, and he addressed that to mayor a few times, and I guess there was nothing was done, and he decided to move his company, and he bought already a couple of buildings in the Brickell area. He bought one land, and there's another small building.
Brickell's fantastic.
Yep, and yesterday summer was kind of slow, right? I think everybody can say that because one that rates went up. Another thing, it's a summer, dollar was strong, a lot of people, I guess, traveling. But I can tell you, on my side, I've done some deals at Bentley. I sold three units here, around 5 million each. And
isn't that Bentley just incredible?
It's a unique. I'll put it that way.
Unique, okay, yes.
Because some people they prefer, like for I think Messi, he lives in a Porsche. He has a unit there, at least from what I heard. I never met him there, but that's what I heard. And I spoke with one client of mine, and he said, "Look, don't you think he has a lot of attention there?" But I said, "I don't think so, because you just drive your car to elevator, and elevator takes you to the
right.
unit.
Exactly.
So pretty much, if you stay in your unit, nobody sees you."
Yeah, exactly.
And the Bentley is going to be the same thing. And yesterday I was at the St. Regis. They are about to open their sales gallery, and I had a conversation that they are sold their penthouse, biggest penthouse, for $50+ million, and
really?
they're about to sell another one. I don't know how much another is going to be, because there's 2 towers. The one tower, they sold it for $50+ million. It's two floors.
50
and
plus
they negotiated
million.
another. Yep. And we are in the summer.
And right, exactly. So, which is, for the sake of conversation, that's off season down there.
Mm-hmm.
50 million.
So I'm waiting
that's
for
amazing.
Winter. Yep.
Well, and time's moving so quick, Denis, that winter is, well, for you it's now, but since we're segueing into that, it's now is the time though for people to, now is the time to start looking and gearing up, and to get ahead of the curve, right? Because the way it happens in Miami and Miami Beach, knowing this from living there, is everyone gets back there from the Hamptons, from et cetera, around Thanksgiving. So I would imagine now, September, October, now's the time to start really setting your sights on something, right? Including some of these amazing listings you have. I'm looking out on your website right now.
Yep. And I can tell you, you are 100% right. And that's the best time if you want to buy something. It's this time, like July, August, September, till we have a lot of people in town. And the story of what happened in the St. Regis, there was a buyer. Let's put it, first buyer and the second buyer. So the first buyer came in, and he said, "Look, I want to buy a penthouse in that tower, because there's 2 towers, north and south." And he said, "I want to buy a penthouse at the north tower." So they start kind of negotiating, and then that buyer disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And someone else came in to them and said, "Look, I want to buy a penthouse." And the other first buyer, he kind of, let's put it, disappeared, right? And they said, "Okay, we're not going to wait for the person, because it happens. Sometimes people, they say, I want to buy something, and there's something changes." So they sold it to that second buyer, penthouse. And then the first buyer, he appeared again, and he's like, "Look, I'm still interested." And they said, "Look, you wasn't available when we tried to contact you, and we sold it to another person." And he was like so surprised. And this is reality. When I have those type of questions from my clients, when they see something and they ask him, "Oh, do you think it's gonna sell fast?" I always say, "Look, I don't know. It can sell next day, or it can sell after 3 months, maybe after 1 month, maybe after 2 months. If you're interested, if you really like it, you have to move forward."
You have to move forward.
It doesn't really matter. Exactly. It doesn't really matter what budget it is. And this example is sure, it's really good. It's a really good example.
That's a really great example. Thank you for sharing it. And that's exactly correct when it comes to a market such as Miami Beach, South Florida. That's a perfect example because if you if you sit and you wait, you'll miss it. And that's it. So you seize it while you can get it because it will get picked up. Denis, you have been such a pleasure to speak with. Is there anything, I've already taken almost 40 minutes of your time, and I know how busy you are, even though you're...
No worries, I'll send you an invoice.
Even... Thank you for that laugh. That was good. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed it too.
I'll send you the invoice. I'll send you an invoice as well. We'll just go back and forth. Is there...
Okay, I take my joke back, okay?
You caught me off guard. Denis Smykalov, Wolsen Real Estate, WolsenRealEstate.com, WOLSEN realestate.com. Denis, is there anything else that I didn't ask you that I should have, or anything else you'd like to touch upon that we didn't discuss?
No, I think we discussed everything. Nothing else pretty much to add. When you come to Miami, just give me a call.
Thank you very much, Denis. Enjoy the Keys, and thank you again for your time. It's a pleasure to have had the opportunity to speak with you. Take care, my friend.
All right. Pleasure is mine. Take care.
Bye-bye.